It's P done that the general to know of the podcast. You keep your body clean, nah? Yeah.
Being really comfortable with all of that thing. You know what you're trying to say? Do what you do, baby. Yeah, I want to graduate. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real.
Yeah. I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole juice. Man, I'm looking at the screen like he preached. Cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that he getting up there and he keeping it all the way phone. He ain't, what them little niggas be saying, he ain't cloud chase, he ain't capping, he ain't doing none of that. Like, he ain't trying to make himself look, you know, he letting his legacy speak. I like that shit. Like, let your legacy.
My bad, y'all know I'm tour. He done that the general to know of the podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Yeah. All right, look. We me and the guest, we gotta apologize. We was scheduled for 5:04, but things change, you know what I'm saying? But without no further ado, it's his story, so I'm gonna let him tell it, you heard me?
What's on, brother?
Yo,
It's your boy.
what's poppin', man? So you
Cool.
wanna shout your people out first, or you wanna get straight into the interview?
This your boy, Freezer 504, owner of Birth of a Legend LLC, you heard me? Owner and host of We Are the Industry podcast, you heard me? Shout out Young Amazing, shout out Baby Boy the Prince, you heard me?
And it's
What's
late,
down with it?
for sure. So you got a couple of things going on with you, uh, entertainment wise. You heard me? You want to tell the people everything you involved in?
I started off doing showcases, so I still I got events that I got lined up for 2025 that I'm doing. I do a little bit of artist management, a little bit of videography. I got the podcast, I got the clothing line. So, I got my hands kind of tied into a little bit of everything, kind of dealing with the industry as far as like music and entertainment.
Facts. So you do a lot of entertainment. You heard me? Was this always the plan that you was gonna be in entertainment and dealing with artists and dealing with music and entertainment, or did it just kind of like fall in your lap, huh?
Uh, Kind of both. When I was younger, when I was about 15, I started I was hanging out with Dolomite, you heard me? I don't know you know him, you know the legend Hustler, you heard me? So he kind of like put me in the game as far as like being in the studio, being behind backstage in the concerts and things like that. So that kind of like opened my doors to it, and I always been like really into music and just entertainment period. But it kind of just more fell into my lap because I ended up losing my job, and one of my partners, I was just chilling over there, chilling, smoking or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We chopping it up. And I'm like, man, I ain't got no job, you heard me? So he just kind of ran the play to me, about start doing showcases. And we just ran with it, you know what I'm saying? I started doing it, and I just fell in love with it, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't never stopped since.
Facts. So you losing your job is what started the entertainment, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Losing my
So
job, you know what I'm saying? Really started me doing the showcases. And from the showcases, I kind of got into everything else, you know what I'm saying? As far as shooting videos, the podcast, the clothing line, and everything else, it just kind of came with it down the line.
facts. So besides Dolomite, shout out Dolomite, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to you too, because that was a good way to make a shitty situation into air freshener, you heard me? So shout out,
Word.
you know what I'm saying? So besides Dolomite, what other artists or entertainment figures did you look up to before you started doing your thing, you heard me?
When I got into it, I would say I started off with No Limit, like with Master P, Mac, You know what I'm saying? C Murder, all them. You know what I'm saying? I started off with No Limit, but I kind of branched off to New York rappers like the Locks, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Shine, people like that was out there in New York. I was a big fan of them, you know what I'm saying? Then you know, DMX, that was probably like my favorite at the time. Um and then I kind of got into Cash Money after that, you know what I'm saying? With BG and Lil Wayne and everything.
Facts, facts. So by you losing your job, right? What made you choose the entrepreneur right? The entrepreneur route. Why not just go get another 9 to 5? You hear me? What made you just go do your own thing?
Uh, I mean, entrepreneurship is something that I always wanted to be, something that run in my family. You know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to be. My whole goal since I was a young kid is to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just watch my family, like my mama and my uncles and all them. You know, they come from Peru, so they not even from the states, you know what I'm saying? They come from South America or whatever, and all them hustlers, you know what I'm saying? So they flipping houses and things like that. So that just kind of always been like wanting to be an entrepreneur, just watching them, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like ain't nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5 either, though. You know what I'm saying? 9 to 5 could push you into, you know, help you build your business up and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. You hear me? So what part of the city you from, Don?
I'm from Algiers, from the West Bank, 1.5.
Thanks, thanks. Shout out LJ. You hear me? So
Uh,
check it out. Tell the people that's not from here and watching in the surrounding areas, you know what I'm saying, how it is growing up in that 1.5, you know what I'm saying? Is it dangerous? Is it violent? You hear me? Is it quiet? You know what I'm saying? Is it Looney Tunes? How it is coming up in that 1.5, Don?
They got certain areas that's dangerous. For the most part, like the area I'm from is kind of it's not quiet, but it's quiet. It's quieter. You know what I'm saying? It's different from the city because you know the city is just I don't know. The city is like where all the action at. Like Algiers being on the West Bank is more like the country. You feel me? So it's like they don't got as much going. They don't got like all the second lines and everything that's going on in the city. You know, you pretty much going across the water if you want to do that. So I mean, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I like being on this side, because it's kind of a slower pace than New Orleans, than being in the city at least. You know what I mean?
Thanks, thanks. What are some of the things that you learned coming up that you incorporate in your business practices, Don?
Some of the things just leadership skills. Uh, Staying motivated, like being your own motivation, you know what I'm saying? Not depending on others. You know, I pretty much picked that up like playing sports. Uh, you know, being around my coaches, you know what I'm saying? You know, they put the word in me, plant the seed in me, you heard me, so I keep God first. Uh, so pretty much those things, you know what I'm saying? Then just being around my family, just learning how to be your own business, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about it.
Thanks, thanks. So you say you started. What you say you started out with Dolomite?
Me and Dolomite, I was kind of on that street level when I was hanging with Dolomite, but I was just kind of like his right hand man. We was going to the studio, you know, watching him record, watching the engineers how they engineer and you know work the programs, just being backstage, booking shows, things like that. You know what I mean? Just networking. Really, that really with Dolomite, I learned how to network. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Because
thanks.
like while he was performing or he was doing his thing, you know, I'm in the studio, I'm networking with whoever the engineer is. We at the shows, I'm networking with whoever the owner is at the club, who hosting the show and things like that, and just you know, that really helped me right there. I ain't gonna lie, cause networking is the big thing. Like you got to be able to network. If you're not networking, man, you're not gonna really be successful out here
Why is networking such important, Don?
because your relationships will take you further than your money. Than money will. Straight up.
Thanks, thanks. So you started out from the showcases. You heard me. Kind of take us through how that gave birth to everything else. You know what I'm saying? You went from the showcase to the.
All right. When I started off with showcases,
How old you were, Don?
I want to say around 28, maybe 30, something like that. I
Right.
forget exactly how old I was. I was around 30 though. So showcases.
What
If you ever been
exactly is
to,
a showcase, Don? Take us through a showcase and what you do. Are you like a promoter? Do you like keep the is the show like do you like keep the show going? Do you put the show together? Do you make sure the show go how it's supposed to go? What exactly is a show like, you know what I'm saying, putting together a showcase, you hear
basically me, I'm a like more like an event coordinator. So I'm the one putting the flyers out. I'm the one talking to the artist, signing the artists up. I'm paying the DJ. I'm paying the club owner. I'm making everything. I'm making sure everything's straight at the event. You know what I'm saying? Everybody performing on time. You know, any ain't no chaos going on or anything. Like I'm keeping everything under control pretty much.
me?
But the answer, like your first question, is like the showcase. It started like I don't know if you ever been to a showcase. They be hit and miss. Sometimes they be
I
packed out.
don't know if I went to a showcase, Don. Like I'm trying to see what is it like. Is it like a
Yeah,
show? Is it, you know what I'm
it,
saying?
it's like a concert, you know what I'm saying? So it's like pretty much artists showcasing their talent. You feel me? But showcases, they always gonna be hit and miss depending on who the artist is, depending
Talent.
the depending on the location, so it's like by me doing showcases, I had good ones where I had, 200-300 people in the building. I had bad ones where I only had maybe 50-60 people in the building. You feel me? So it
Mm-hmm.
kind of like showed me like, all right, well, how I get to the money. You feel me? So when we started thinking about like, man, how we get to the money, that would made us start doing our own flyers. By doing our own flyers, that made other people that were doing showcases or having concerts, they hit us up like, hey man, y'all can make a flyer. So boom, that opened that door, that avenue to make money from making flyers. Then it's
Yeah.
like it just like opened up the doors to figure out how to make money in the industry. So we end up learning, all right, well, if you don't want, everybody need merch. You feel me? So we started making merch. So once they see our merch, they're like, damn, y'all making clothes, y'all can make mine. Boom, that's more money. You know what I'm saying? The videos and the interviews, it all like trickled down to each other. You feel me? So it was just more like figuring out how to make the bread in the industry, and we just figured out we the ones doing it. We gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. What came after the showcase, and how did that, come about from doing the showcase? The clothing line came next. The podcast came next. The
The
artist development came. What came next?
From the showcases, a lot of people just like my energy. I always had something going on, and a lot of they don't really got too many managers down here. So a lot of people started reaching out to me to be an artist manager. Uh, I don't really like artist management, but I do help artists. You feel me? Like I
But
don't mind.
we can't tiptoe. We can't tiptoe over that. You know what I'm saying? What is it about the? Well, you got to run it down now. What exactly is an artist manager, and what exactly that you don't fuck with about being an artist manager? You hear me?
Uh, I mean, most artists don't like. I don't know, indie artists. It's hard to manage them. Is because they don't really got too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
So you manage what you managing. You feel me? But artist management is basically like I was basically putting people in position as far as like helping them set up their clothing line, helping them set up their website, booking showcases for them, booking their Airbnbs, rental cars, whatever they needed. You know what I'm saying? So I was pretty much doing that as far as my experience with the artist management. Reaching out to DJs, radios, and trying to get spins and things like that, setting up video shoots. Um, the what I don't like about artist management, it just it's like raising another child. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of artists feel entitled, and
Talk to him. Talk to him.
yeah, if they don't get their way, it's a big old it's controversy. You feel me? So it's like
Yeah.
so that's the part I don't like about it. But I mean, it's cool. Everything got its cons in its pros. Its pros and its cons. You hear me?
Thanks. So I'm guessing the podcast came next because you knew all the artists and all the ins and outs. So I guess that came next, right?
Yeah, the podcast came. So I did a showcase. Then the clothing line. I started messing with the clothing line, and then the podcast came. And the podcast just came about because it's what was trending at the time, and I was just kind of looking at what businesses are going to boom in the next 10 years. So like podcasting is like something that's major right now. So if you're not involved in podcasting, you kind of sleep on life because everything is about content right now. And podcasts give you a good opportunity to put out a lot of content. So that's kind of how it came about. And then just like you said, just being around all the artists, it was just easy to get people to come in and do interviews and stuff like that.
Thanks. So now you got your feet in the door, right? What are you trying to get out this entertainment thing? Is it just something to do? Is it a hustle? You know what I'm saying? Is it for love? You're trying to get the money, trying to get a name. Ultimately, what you doing this entertainment shit for?
My goal is to build an international brand. Right now, my name is overseas, New Zealand, Australia, Canada. So I pretty much kind of like expanded all over. But my goal is to be an international brand. So it's more passion now, more about the entrepreneurship, being my own business owner, and just building something and building a legacy.
Thanks. You do so many different things in entertainment. You see what I'm saying? Do they all coincide with each other, or does like one do they kind of bump heads, or do you kind of like you got like people to handle that for you? How is that managing all of those different genres of entertainment?
I started off with a big team, and now I kind of like got a smaller team now. I say you need a team. If you're trying to go big, you definitely need to build a solid team because you can't be everywhere at once. So my way of doing it now is like I focus on one thing. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I kind of got my clothing line where I wanted it. So I'm kind of more focused on my podcast, because I'm relaunching my podcast right now. So I've been focused on that, but just kind of taking one thing at a time. Cause you got to give if you focus on 10 different things, you're not gonna give your all to all 10 things. You feel me? So I just kind of learned to compartmentalize, and prioritize whatever I need to prioritize at that moment.
Thanks. Being in so many different genres of entertainment, right? What have you learned from each what you learned from the showcases? What has the game taught you about each genre of entertainment that you in?
That you gotta be patient, you gotta have a solid team. That's like the two main things. You gotta have a lot of patience dealing with artists. So that's basically it. You hear me? Building a team is very important. And, that's hard to do too, because that's another way you managing people. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have patience when you managing people. Sometimes you show people what you're doing, and they branch off and you and go do their own thing, which that's their right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like understanding business. You gonna everything's seasonal. So some people might be with you for a season. Some people might be with you long term. You know what I'm saying? So just always being able to adjust on the fly.
Thanks. So let's get into the podcast. You know what I'm saying? You say you relaunching it. What was the reason for the hiatus that you took off it, and what is different about the podcast now that was different that it was before the relaunch?
The first time I launched it, I was working with New Orleans Talk Network, so I had a production team that was behind me. Right now, I'm doing independently. So I'm doing all my own editing, I'm doing all my own filming, everything like that. Ain't really too much change as far as the caliber of artists or people that I'm drawing in. That's still pretty much the same.
Thanks. So with a saturated game, like you say, in the next 10 years, everybody probably got a piece of that knowledge that podcast or marketable, right? What are
Right.
you bringing different to the podcast community that we not already previously being served on our plate, you heard me?
What I'm bringing differently, I wouldn't say I'm bringing anything special. You heard me? I feel like everybody kind of doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Probably the only difference is maybe the people I could reach. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a lot of celebrity people that I'm gonna be interviewing compared to like a lot of people that's doing like the local scene. You feel me?
Thanks, thanks. What's next for you? You heard me? What can we be expecting from y'all in the near future?
Right now, I just put my clothes in the store, so I'm working on a couple other stores. I'm putting them in right now. They Dress Native on the West Bank in Marrero. You know what I'm saying? So you can go there if you want to cop some Smokers Department gear. I got the Bird of a Legend apparel in there, animes, all that type of stuff in there. I'm working with Baby Boy the Prince, man. He's got an album that's about to come back. He's about to drop a new album. We about to shoot some videos this week for it. Um, I got some showcases coming up. I got some concerts coming up, and some festivals and stuff that I'm doing with Baby Boy. So this is, just working, bro. And I got the podcast, you heard me? So y'all can look out for the podcast. It's dropping December 3rd. My first episode is with D-Day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, everybody should know D-Day 504. He one of the hottest producer engineers, all this off the West Bank, you know what I'm saying? Lately, everything he been touching been hitting the radios. He got the beats and bars, everything like that. He got the studio on the West Bank. Y'all need studio time. Um, I got some things shaking, bro.
Thanks, thanks. But you got some things shaking. You been had some things shaking, right? Is it
But
difficult to oversee all of this and maintain it at a high level that you've been doing? Is it difficult? Do you? Because some people be like, "Well, it's fun. I don't really see it as work." Woo, woo. Is it a job for you? Is it difficult maintaining all these things at a high level? Like you say, you stated some responsibilities that you had in other ventures, right? Is it difficult doing all that?
I would. It's definitely difficult. You definitely got to be organized and you got to be structured, and you
Mm-hmm.
got to be passionate about what you're doing. Because a lot of people get in the business and they think, man, it's gonna be easy, and it's not. Like you, your own boss, you your own marketer, you your own accountant, you all these different things, all these different titles. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
but for me, it's not really hard because it's my passion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it don't really bother me. I love what I'm doing. You feel me? So organizing, shooting the video, I'm always excited to go to work. You feel me? Compared,
Right.
I got a 9 to 5. You feel me? And I do all
Right.
this on the side. You heard me? But
Mm.
like compared, my 9 to 5 is what stressed me out. It don't be this right here. You feel me?
Fact,
Yeah, because I be at
fact.
work and I be like, damn, I need to be editing a podcast. I need to be doing this, that, and the third, or I need to be at this event. And I'm over here punching in a clock, you feel me? But it all ties in together, you feel me? So
Fact.
it's all love, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the industry now, like, that's my passion, bro. And it don't bother me at all. Like, I enjoy that. I enjoy it, you feel me?
Where can we catch the podcast at? What times do you add, like weekly, bi-weekly? Where could they catch it at? And you know what I'm saying? Tune them into it, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dropping my podcast on YouTube. That's what my main focus on right now. It's gonna go on all the audio will go on all the streaming platforms. I'm gonna be dropping an episode every Tuesday, 7 o'clock in the morning. It'll be on YouTube. It'll premiere on YouTube or whatever, so y'all can check it out. My YouTube channel, Birth of a Legend. Uh, so it's gonna start December 3rd, and then every Tuesday I'll be dropping one.
Thanks, thanks. What game can you give to the young entrepreneurs? You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, they don't have that many managers out here, but they got a lot of entrepreneurs out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the entrepreneurs that just started, may have come under circumstances like you, lost their 9 to 5, and now they got to do their own thing, or that's just what they bred to do their own thing, right? What's the biggest piece of advice from you doing what you doing that you could give
Um, I stay patient. Make sure you structure. Make sure you keeping God first. You know what I mean? That'd be the main thing. Keep God first, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have faith in him, you know, in his works, and everything will fall in place for you. It is really your passion, you feel me?
them? Thanks, thanks. Where you see you, your brand, and your team at in 5 years?
Uh, I see my brand as an international brand. Uh, I see me and my team, you know, living comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Relaxing in one of these countries on a beach somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying
Thanks,
life. You know what I'm saying? The
thanks,
fruits of our labor. You feel me? Because
thanks.
everybody on my team, they working. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about us. We don't sleep, bro. Like everybody work, they hustle. You know what I'm saying? They get it in. Like ain't no days off, bro. This 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You feel me? Like,
How important is that to a successful whatever brand, business, coffee shop, whatever? A solid team, a solid support system. You see what I'm saying? Because I interview a lot of people. They say that they don't get support in their hometown, and you got to go somewhere else, and a stranger get you rich. You know what I'm saying? Speak on the power of your support system. You hear me?
well, one thing, you definitely need a support system. Cause sometimes you know you might be down, you need somebody to lift you up. You feel me? So it's
Mm-hmm.
always good to have somebody, you know, to be your crutches, you heard me? Or just be there for you mentally. You know what I'm saying? Bring you back down to earth. You feel me? As far as like what you talking about, I feel like a lot of people be worried about what the next man doing, and they distract them. You feel me? And that's something that my team and myself we don't do. We not competing with nobody. We only competing with ourselves. You feel me? So it's like when you fall into that trap of looking at what the next man doing, you easily gonna get sidetracked. Or you know, if you feel like, man, they doing all this and I can't compare to that. You know, you not gonna feel worthy. You feel me? And it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna make you not want to keep going. You just
Right.
focus on yourself and what you doing. You know it'll fall in place. You feel me? Everybody is not gonna be not gonna have a million people in the stands, but you might got 30,000. You feel me? We all different, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just cater to your audience. You know what I'm saying? Cater to your work. If you fall into that trap of comparing yourself to others, you gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
they got a lot of people out here that's working, bro, and it's like that's a trap to me. I stay away from that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's something that I stay away from, bro. I see it on Instagram and Facebook. People, getting on there saying, people competing with me or they doing what I'm doing, but ain't nothing new under the sun. The game out there right now is like everything's exposed. You got YouTube, you got social media, everything is exposed to the world. You feel me? So
Mm.
it's like they gonna have other podcasters, they gonna have other people promoting, doing shows, they gonna have other artists dropping music, they gonna have other models doing their thing, you feel me? So it's like you can't compete with them, you just gonna only compete with yourself and just make sure every day that you working on yourself, you working on your craft and you growing, you hear me? That's the main thing. Just keep learning and just working on yourself, bro. But the other stuff right there, that's a trap, bro. And I just recommend anybody that's doing business or all this anything, man, stay away from the comparison. You hear me?
Mm, fakes, fakes. So, how long you been doing entertainment as a whole?
As a whole, 10 years. I've been
From
doing it
from
for.
from when you first stepped in till now, what's the biggest difference that you see in yourself?
Uh, I'm a lot more calmer. I'm a lot more patient. I definitely see growth. Like I just did we just opened up for Nelly at the Acadia Musical Fest, and that was 20,000 people. You feel me? So
Thanks.
just going from doing showcases, and like I said, I think the biggest crowd I might have had at a showcase was probably like 350, 500, something like that. To 20,000, it just showed a growth. You feel me? Going from selling clothes out my house to being able to put my clothes in the store. You see the growth. You feel me? Just starting off as a brand where only people from New Orleans know me to now people in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, like different countries, they know me. So it's just like watching my growth and my development, it's been a blessing, bro. Like I'm blessed, bro, to be in the position I'm in. So that's motivation in itself, you feel me? And that's why I was saying earlier, like, just work on yourself, you feel me? Like, don't worry about what the next man doing. Slow progress better than no progress, you hear me?
Facts. So before we get out of here, where can they find your clothes, you hear me? You got like a website or are they just in the stores right now?
I got the website, www.birthofaLegendLLC.com. You can find some apparel on there. You can hit me up in my DMs. I got an Instagram page, Birth of a Legend Apparel. You can also hit my partner up, Amazing Apparel on Instagram. And we got the clothes and Dress Native on the West Bank Expressway in Marrero.
Go ahead, my bad.
Nah, go ahead. What you about to say?
What are you offer? Like women's clothes, men clothes, kids clothes, hats, like what are you offer?
Everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? We do custom clothes and everything. Like you trying to get your own brand started. We could make your brand with anything, bro. Like I got hats, I got hoodies, I got sweaters, jogging pants. You know what I'm saying? You name it, I got it, bro. It's like cell phone cases, all that type of stuff. You hear me? Lighters. We doing everything right now.
Thanks. Make sure you drop all the links in the comments, you heard me, when we get off here, you know what I'm saying? Any last words before we get out of here?
Man, I just appreciate you for bringing me on, you heard me? It's a blessing to be able to bless your podcast. Go follow www.birthofaLegendLLC.com, you know what I'm saying? Copy out some gear. Go shop at Dress Native. Y'all need some gear. We got shoes over there, Jordans. We got everything over there, jeans, everything. It's just a blessing to be here, bro. And I appreciate you for having me. You know what I mean?
I salute you, dog. You doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? At a high level. You know what I'm saying? Do that. You heard me. But don't forget to drop all the links in the comments. When we get up out of here, I'm gonna see after we get up out of here. You heard me. But y'all already know what it is with me. You heard me. It's P. That the General to know the podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Hey, thank you, brother.
All right, brother.
100. It's P. The General to know the podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Yeah.
Are you really comfortable with all of that attention? You know what you're trying to say? Do what you do, baby. Yeah, I want congratulations. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real.
Yeah. I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole juice. Man, I'm looking at the screen like preach. Cause I was on the phone with him, you feel me? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that you getting up there and keeping it all the way phony. What them little niggas be saying? He ain't cloud chase, he ain't capping, he ain't doing none of that. Like, he ain't trying to make himself look. He letting his legacy speak. I like that shit. Like, let your legacy